What's up everyone, this is Coach Jan here at CrossFit Liberate. Got another at-home workout for you, this time for Friday, June 5th. Today is called Opposite Day. We have two couplets back to back, and a couplet is just two movements paired together. So today we have two of those back to back. There's no rest between those two couplets. And we're looking for our score today to be somewhere between 14 and 24 minutes for total time to finish all that work. All right, looking at our warm-up for opposite day. We're gonna do a chipper style warm-up, just working through a long list of movements. We've got 30 seconds of a Spider-Man stretch. We'll hit one push-up. Then we'll hit 30 seconds of mountain climbers. And then two push-ups. We'll go into 30 seconds of down dog. And then three push-ups. 30 seconds of frog hops. And then four push-ups. And then 30 seconds of slow burpees. Finishing with 5 push-ups. Our second part of the warm-up will be an odd object warm-up. 20 seconds each of a deadlift with that odd object. Odd object high pulls. Odd object hang power cleans. And then odd object strict press. We'll round out that mobility work with a 40-second pec stretch on the wall, 40 seconds per side. And then 40 seconds of a wrist stretch with fingers facing out for 40, and then fingers facing in for 40. All right, let's take a close look at opposite day. We'll be working through back-to-back couplet workouts that combine an odd object movement with a floor movement. You'll start off by completing all the reps of the ground to overhead and push-ups in part 1 before advancing to part 2. There's no rest between part 1 and part 2. You'll move directly from one to the next, and your score is the total time it takes to complete the 240 reps. So what this looks like is 30-20-10 odd object ground to overhead and push-ups directly into 10-20-30 odd object clean and jerks and burpees. And we're looking for this workout to take somewhere between 14 and 24 minutes. On that odd object ground to overhead, that object must make contact with the floor on each rep. You want to choose a weight for that odd object that you can complete for 30 plus reps unbroken when fresh. For the odd object hang clean and jerks, for that hang clean, you'll want to swing that object between the legs a little bit like a kettlebell swing. For the jerk, you can push press or push jerk the weight overhead. On the push-ups, if you have over 30 push-ups unbroken when fresh, let's complete this piece as written. If you're not quite there, consider reducing the reps or choosing a modification. For example, you can complete the station as 21-15-9, which would reduce the reps from 60 to 45. For burpees today, these are standard burpees. Chest and thighs must make contact with the ground in the bottom, and you can jump up or step up off the floor, and then you'll finish the movement at full extension with some air under the feet and a clap overhead. And as always, friends, further movement subs and modifications are in the video description below. All right, let's focus in on our movements today. Taking a look at the burpees, we want to fall fast. With push-ups happening in the couplet before the burpees, the upper body will likely be pretty taxed. Instead of controlling that downward portion of this movement, look to fall forwards to the ground fast. Break your fall with the hands instead of lowly lowering the body to the ground. Think of this movement in 3 steps: flop, pop, and hop. The flop is the most important today. On your push-ups, let's think about a nice fast lockout. Pushing the ground away can help us reach a locked out position quickly. With 60 reps total, we can use this fast lockout as a gauge on how to break this movement up. Aim for quick, aggressive sets on your push-ups. Breaking up your sets before your lockout begins to slow down is the best way to stay consistent. Once lockout slows, the movement begins to be significantly harder. Quick sets of 3 with quick breaks is better than big sets of 5 to 10 with long breaks in between. Even as you're moving fast and being aggressive, look to maintain a straight line from head to toe. And then finally, on our odd object movements, you want to think about pushing the ground away. Just like we did with the upper body on the push-ups, we can push the ground away with the lower body in the odd object movements. Recruiting more leg muscle will help take strain off the upper body to do the work. Think about pushing the feet through the ground instead of pulling the weight up. This push with the legs can lead to a fast lockout overhead, which also minimizes the amount of upper body pressing we're doing. This press will be fatigued from the push-ups and burpees, so let's rely on the big muscles of the lower body to get most of the job done. So some strategy for opposite day. Within this workout, the burpees are going to be the only movement that you're not going to have to break up. Across the 240 reps of the other movements, we're going to have a thoughtful strategy for our rep schemes for this in order to benefit well. We want to choose a rep scheme for these big sets that allow us to keep that rest to a minimum, somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds. And then even think about planning that rest out. As always, when we plan our rest, it's usually a bit shorter than when that rest is forced upon us. If you need some advice for some suggestions for those rep schemes, check out the video description below. We'll have some options laid out for you there. All right, y'all, make sure you get after this thing. Remember, the goal with CrossFit is to bring some intensity to our work. I really want you to track your scores in sugar watt if you can. We always want to be showing some progress over time. And then if you're coming back to the gym, can't wait to see you here in person.